Hey there! Ever wondered why some men seem to have it all figured out when it comes to relationships, while others, well, let's just say they're still trying to figure out why their last date ghosted them after they sent her a meme of a crying potato? Today, we're diving into the 8 things men should never do with women, Stoicism style. And no, this isn't about becoming an emotionless robot. It's about being the best version of yourself. So grab a snack, sit back, and let's get into it. 1. Never chase. Validation. Let's start with something that trips up a lot of guys. Never chase validation from women. Picture this. You're on a date, and you're constantly trying to impress her. You laugh a little too hard at her jokes, agree with everything she says, and maybe even throw in a humble brag or two. Sound familiar? Here's the problem. When you're seeking her approval, you're putting her on a pedestal and yourself in the basement. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control: our actions, our values, and our self-respect. You can't control whether she likes you, but you can control how you show up. Think of it like this. If you're constantly asking, "Do you like me?" you're giving away your power. Instead, ask yourself, "Do I like me?" If the answer is no, it's time to work on that. Confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about being comfortable with who you are. For example, let's say you're at a party and you're trying to impress a woman by talking about how much you bench press. But deep down, you're not even sure why you're saying it. Maybe you think it'll make her like you more. But here's the thing. If she only likes you because of your bench press, is that really the kind of relationship you want? Stoicism reminds us that true confidence comes from within. It's about knowing your worth and not needing someone else to validate it. So, stop trying to win her over and start being someone you're proud of. Trust me, she'll notice the difference. And if she doesn't, well, that's her loss, not yours. 2. Never lose your frame. Next up, never lose your frame. What's a frame? It's your mental and emotional state, your vibe. Imagine you're at a coffee shop and you're having a great conversation. You're relaxed, confident, and totally in the moment. Then, out of nowhere, she says something that throws you off. Maybe she teases you about your taste in music, or she doesn't laugh at your joke. If you immediately get defensive or start over-explaining, you've lost your frame. Stoicism teaches us to stay grounded no matter what happens. Think of it like this. You're the captain of your ship, and her words are just waves. If you let every little wave rock your boat, you're going to capsize. Instead, stay steady. Smile, take it in stride, and keep the conversation flowing. For example, let's say she says, "Wow, you actually like pineapple on pizza." Now, you could panic and start defending your life choices. Or you could laugh and say, "Yeah, I'm a rebel like that. What's your controversial food opinion?" Your frame is your superpower. Don't give it away just because someone throws a curveball. Remember, confidence isn't about never feeling unsure. It's about not letting that uncertainty control you. So the next time you're in a situation where you feel thrown off, take a deep breath. Remind yourself of your frame and keep going. You've got this. 3. Never be afraid to walk away. Here's a tough but important one. Never be afraid to walk away. This doesn't mean you should bail at the first sign of trouble. Relationships take work, and no one's perfect. But there's a difference between working through challenges and settling for less than you deserve. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what's within our control. If a relationship isn't working and you've done everything you can to fix it, sometimes the best thing you can do is walk away. Think of it like this. If you're holding onto a rope that's burning your hands, letting go isn't weakness, it's wisdom. For example, let's say you're in a relationship where you're constantly giving, but you're not getting much in return. You've tried talking about it, but nothing changes. At this point, staying isn't loyalty. It's self-sabotage. Walking away doesn't mean you've failed. It means you've chosen to prioritize your well-being. Stoicism reminds us that we can't control other people's actions, but we can control our own. If someone isn't treating you the way you deserve, it's okay to let go. It's not about being cold or heartless. It's about respecting yourself enough to know when to move on. And trust me, when you do, you'll open the door to something better. 4. Never try to fix her. All right, listen up. Never try to fix her. I know. You're a problem solver. You see someone struggling, and your first instinct is to swoop in and save the day. But here's the truth. You can't fix anyone. Stoicism teaches us to focus on our own growth, not on trying to change others. If she's dealing with issues, she has to be the one to work through them. Your job is to support her, not to play therapist. Think of it like this. If she's carrying a heavy bag, you can offer to help, but you can't carry it for her. And if you try, you'll both end up exhausted. For example, let's say she's stressed about work. You could spend hours trying to solve her problems, or you could listen, offer encouragement, and let her handle it. The latter might not feel as heroic, but it's far more effective. Remember, you're her partner, not her handyman. A healthy relationship is built on mutual respect and support, not on one person trying to fix the other. So focus on being a good partner, someone who listens, encourages, and respects her autonomy. And if she needs more help than you can give, encourage her to seek it from a professional. That's how you build a strong, balanced relationship. 5. Never neglect your own goals. Here's a mistake a lot of men make, neglecting their own goals. When you're in a relationship, it's easy to get caught up in the we and forget about the me. But Stoicism reminds us that our purpose and passions are what make us who we are. If you give up your dreams to make someone else happy, you're not doing yourself or her any favors. Think of it like this. A relationship is like a garden. If you only focus on watering her plants and ignore your own, your garden will wither. For example, let's say you've always wanted to start a business, but you're so busy trying to be the perfect boyfriend that you never take the first step. Over time, you might start to feel resentful or unfulfilled. And guess what? That's not good for either of you. A strong relationship is built on two people who are whole on their own. So keep chasing your goals and let her chase hers. That's how you grow together instead of growing apart. And when you're both pursuing your passions, you'll have more to bring to the relationship. It's a win-win. 6. Never play games. Let's talk about something important. Never play games. You've probably heard the advice, wait 3 days to text her, or act like you don't care to make her chase you. But here's the thing. Games are for kids. Stoicism is about honesty and integrity. If you like her, tell her. If you want to spend time with her, ask her out. Be clear about your intentions, and don't waste time with mind games. Think of it like this. If you're playing chess with someone who's playing checkers, no one wins. For example, let's say you're interested in someone, but you're afraid of coming on too strong. So you wait days to text her, or you pretend to be busy when you're not. What happens? She might think you're not interested, or she might get tired of the mixed signals. Either way, you're sabotaging something that could have been great. Real connections are built on trust, not tricks. So, be upfront, be honest, and let the relationship grow naturally. You'll both be better off for it. And hey, if she's not into it, at least you'll know where you stand. That's way better than wasting time on someone who's not right for you. 7. Never let her define your happiness. Here's a truth bomb. Never let her define your happiness. Your happiness is your responsibility, not hers. Stoicism teaches us that external things, like relationships, can add to our joy, but they shouldn't be the source of it. If you're relying on her to make you happy, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. Think of it like this. If your happiness is a house, she can be the decorations, but she shouldn't be the foundation. For example, let's say you're in a relationship where everything seems perfect, but deep down you feel like something's missing. Maybe you've put so much energy into the relationship that you've neglected your own hobbies, friends, and goals. Over time, you might start to feel empty or resentful. The solution: build a life that fulfills you, with or without a partner. Focus on your passions, your friendships, and your personal growth. When you're happy on your own, you'll attract people who add to that happiness, not take it away. And if the relationship doesn't work out, you'll still have a life you love. That's the ultimate win. 8. Never forget to communicate. Last, but definitely not least, never forget to communicate. I know, talking about feelings isn't exactly every guy's favorite pastime. But Stoicism isn't about bottling up your emotions. It's about understanding them and expressing them in a healthy way. If something's bothering you, talk about it. If you appreciate her, tell her. Communication is the glue that holds relationships together. Think of it like this. If you're driving a car and the check engine light comes on, you don't ignore it. You address it. The same goes for relationships. For example, let's say you're feeling unappreciated. Instead of stewing in silence, you could say, "Hey, I've been feeling a little overlooked lately. Can we talk about it?" It might feel awkward at first, but it's way better than letting resentment build up. And hey, if you're not sure how to start, just say, "Hey, I'm not great at this, but I want to try." That's already a win. Remember, communication isn't about being perfect. It's about being honest. And when you're honest, you create a foundation of trust that can weather any storm. So, there you have it. 8. Things men should never do with women, according to Stoicism. Remember, this isn't about being perfect. It's about being intentional, self-aware, and true to yourself. Relationships are a journey, not a destination. And if you can master these principles, you'll not only become a better partner, you'll become a better man. Now go out there and be the guy who sends memes of confident potatoes instead of crying ones. You've got this. Did any of these points hit home for you? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Until next time, stay stoic, stay strong, and keep growing.